Welcome to the second episode of Deck Laboratory. This time, I have a rank 7 Toon Synchro deck. I started with the question, what would happen if I put a ton of unfair cards that are banned or limited in the real card game in the deck with some tunes? I'm sure we all know that the best way to play tunes is with many floodgates like summon limit and there can only be one. But that's not really fun. I think this deck is pretty funny and sometimes even unstoppable. However, there is one downside. I cannot play this deck too much since the sheer amount of clicks you need to do to combo off literally hurts my hand. Anyways, before we dissect the deck, let's see what this deck can do. I didn't really open any good hand traps, so I start with Prosperity. We are looking for any anti-hand traps since we already opened with full combo. I banish 6 cards and then add Ash to my hand. I normal Blackstone and tribute it for Red Eyes. Red Eyes then summons Dark Magician. I overlay both into Tomahawk and then detach 2 materials to fill my board with level 6 machine tokens. I link 3 into Auroradon and then summon 3 level 3 tokens. I tribute a token in Auroradon for Lion, and then I synchro into Denglong. On summon, Denglong adds Chiwen to my hand and Lion summons another token. Denglong sends Vishuda to the grave to become level 7. Then I sync into Barone. Denglong summons another Chiwen from my deck. I sync into Yazi and use Barone to pop it. Yazi summons Taya from my deck and Chiwen summons itself from the grave. I sync into Chengying and then Taya banishes Denglong to summon a level 4 tuner token. I sync those off for Savage Dragon. Taya sends the other Vishuda from the grave, and then Savage equips Auroradon. Finally, I use Small World to reveal Chiwen and Ash from my deck to add Valor to my hand, so I end on 2 Omni Negates and 3 hand traps. Seems pretty good. I max C on draw, they attempt to use Called By, but Savage negates it. They normal Whitestone and link it into Pisty. Whitestone tries to add Blue Eyes, but it gets Ash. Melody discards Return of the Dragon Lords, but Barone negates it. Appreciate that they let me show off the combo. Usually people would leave after Barone if they do not have any response. The combo starts with Blackstone summoning Red Eyes, and then having another level 7 monster like another Toon or Vishuda. Most of the monsters can be used to get Blackstone with Small World. Barrel Dragon and Ash can't add Blackstone, but they can add Vishuda. 1-for-1 special summons Blackstone from the deck. Toon Table of Contents can add any of the Toon monsters to our hand, so Red Eyes can summon them. I play 2 of most of the monsters in the deck. If I draw cards like Chiwen, I still have another copy in the deck, and as you saw in the previous duel, I can turn it into something more useful like a hand trap. Cyberstein is a bridge for Small World, and it also lets me summon Exterio. Sometimes I do not open with hand traps to counter my opponent's hand traps, so if we can't counter it, let's just steal it with exchange. I will usually do this after summoning Blackstone. As for the extra deck, Exterio can be summoned by Stein. If you didn't know, it can negate every single trap or spell by banishing a card from your grave. This synergizes with Chengying since every time a card is banished, you can banish a card from both your opponent's grave and field. Arclight, Boxia, Chaofeng, Dracosac, Relinquished, and Monk are my main prosperity targets, but they might also be useful in some situations. Denglong, Yazi, Savage, Barone, Chengying, Tomahawk, and Auroradon are for our main combo line. Berserker is usually for the turn after we've comboed off. Barone can summon Taya, and Taya can sync into Berserker. Aside from my quick take deck videos, I will usually do a ton of testing with the deck to figure out the best ratios. But like I said previously, the 2-minute combos require so much clicking that after a few duels, it starts to hurt my hand. I don't know how those Swordsoul Halcyon players survived a few months ago. Overall, I had a ton of fun with this deck, and I'm sure my opponents were interested enough to see what I was cooking. I am sure Toon BLS with Floodgates is more consistent, but I would rather play this over that for a fun time. If you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time.